I'm Colum. I started KidSuper. I was given this space by a company called Wallplay, which convinced all these landlords of Canal Street to come together to donate spaces to artists for a year so that they get this neighborhood kind of booming again. So I was given this space and I could do anything kind of in it for free. I don't have any rent. And so I could have easily made a KidSuper store on Canal Street that just sold clothes. But I was trying to think, I was like, okay, I was given this space. How can I give this space to other people? Because I always wanted it to, when I remember seeing people getting free space, like, why aren't they letting me do stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, what's one thing that can bring a bunch of people together? It can kind of be a platform for different people to express who they are. So I spent like a whole 2 weeks, me and a friend from Boston who drove up named Gustavo, who I met on Instagram, who builds furniture, and we built this stage from scratch. I had looked up theaters and I drew it by hand, and then we modeled it after my sketch. But I wanted it just to look ornate and regal, but also handmade. Because I love that look where it's like, it looks amazing, but you can also tell that it was made by hand and like all found materials, all like, there's like doors in it, there's all this stuff. So we did all that, and it was, I think, a super special moment because it was like, you always wanted to perform at the Apollo or like curate the Apollo, and my idea was just to curate or create my own Apollo and kind of, if you performed on the stage, it was like a check, like, oh, you hit the KidSuper stage, like now you're legit. We carved out the KidSuper Theater, but like that ornate thing in the background, I think was an old bed frame that we just found. The thing behind that, we were at Build It Green and he was like, this was used for a Scorsese film set. And I think he just said that to up the price. But we were like, all right, we'll get it. And then like I painted these little cherubs. This thing's cool because I bought this fabric, but I sewed this on to add, and I mean, you have to have many skills to be able to sew and also paint or whatever. Build it and they will come. My quote, not from a famous movie. I want this to spark the actual KidSuper Theater. Like, let's make a store, get a building that actually has a theater, and start producing content, start hosting events, start doing comedy shows, start being a place that really people come to. Be cool if you made a staple. It was like, oh, I went through the KidSuper Theater. Because the KidSuper building is almost that. It's like, oh, I stayed at the KidSuper building. Now I'm this person or that person or this person. But yeah, I want this to spark the next KidSuper Theater, the real KidSuper Theater. Just looks cool. Imagine if we had like plays and blah, 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 and then submission based for whoever wanted to perform on it and all that stuff. I just want to actually do it. But this was a great like teaser. So it's like the story of KidSuper is like this is the story, you know? Building a theater by scratch, from hand, from found objects, so everyone can perform on that. I would wear the t-shirt just to support that idea. I don't even care what the t-shirt looks like, you know what I mean? And that's where it's cool, like, it's cool because the clothes are sponsoring this, but you feel good because you're paying for this. I always try to, like, in my captions, like, buy the t-shirt, just know you're supporting real ass shit. Like, I'm not gonna get a Lamborghini, I'm not gonna get a Rolex, I'm gonna try to build the theater and all that stuff. This is the stuff that makes me excited. Like, sitting there watching Lolo, who lived in the store, who was crying in the staircase saying she'll never make it, to like performing in front of 200 people in front of the stage, like on the KidSuper stage. It's like, that's what this shit's about. And she's wearing a KidSuper jacket. That's just the cherry on top.